Hey, good morning. It is June 29, 92 days to go to IronMan Chattanooga. And it's about 7:40 in the morning. I actually got up just before 6. A buddy of mine called me and said, hey, you want to ride at 6:30? And I said, hell yes, I want to ride at 6:30. And I woke up, got dressed, and had no idea it's raining outside right now. It was pouring rain at 6 in the morning. So we texted each other and said, yeah, I'm going back to bed. And it's still raining a little bit right now. Should go away later. But what does that mean for training today? Well, I think it's going to be an indoor training kind of day. Time to hit the indoor trainer today, I think, is what I'll do for maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours if I can stretch it. So that's where I'll probably pick up the vlog, is when I get on the indoor trainer. But for now, yeah, just letting the dog do his thing. So feeling pretty good after that run yesterday. I always sleep good after a run. Something about a good run and it's bedtime. Yeah, I sleep really well when I train. That's a good thing. So, all right, it's just gonna be that. I'll say more later once I'm on the trainer. All right, I'm back. Thought of something else I wanted to say while I walk the dog. Something about me in terms of training is that I would definitely consider myself a fair weather trainer. Like a lot of people, it doesn't take much for me to, skip a workout sometimes. Weather is definitely one of those things, I don't like riding in the rain. I'll run in the rain, but I don't like riding in the rain. So, a downpour is definitely one thing. But yeah, I have an extreme fear of crashing, like a lot of people do. I have been riding for over 20 years and I've never crashed on my road bike. But that doesn't mean I still don't have a fear of it. And part of that is, the wet roads. So I have raced in the rain, which I have not enjoyed. I have done some tries where it rained and, always use extreme caution and stuff like that. And I've been lucky to have never crashed. But yeah, I often will not take chances like that. So when it rains, I will cancel a ride, no problem. I have no fears of that. But that's what the trainer's for, right? Can't ride outside, ride inside. And yeah, so running in the rain, not so much. Actually kind of enjoyable sometimes. But, and even swimming in the rain, who cares if you swim in the rain as long as there's no lightning, thunder, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just thought of that while I was walking the dog, so I thought I would just throw it in. All right, hi. Decided, even though the weather turned nice, it's dry outside, but it's hot and humid, I decided to stick with the trainer today. So we're gonna go hop on that. So welcome to my cave. So just give you the quick tour. This is my basement workout room. Got your standard rack, got my pull-up bar, and of course I have got my trainer set up here. This is my older road bike that I've been riding. I bought that in 2004. I've heavily upgraded it since full Ultegra, but this is an aluminum frame. You don't see many of those anymore. Aluminum frame with a carbon fork in 2004. That was the best I could do. Pretty nice bike though. Like I said, I've done 2 half Ironmans on this, a whole bunch of sprint tries. I've done 100-mile rides on this bike. It has served me well, but I was finally ready to upgrade. So now I've retired this bike to my trainer and I ride my Bianchi now exclusively outdoors, and this one stays on the trainer, which is nice. And then this is just I got a smaller TV here. One of these days I'll get something larger for Zwift. But for now, this is a setup for me that works. I got the fan going. And yeah, obviously that's me. And yeah, so we'll get on and well, we'll start the ride. And before I get started, for those that might be interested in what I'm actually training on besides the bike, this is the Zwift Hub 1. I got this in December of last year, and it uses one single cog, and it uses electronic shifting. I shift on this guy right here. It's got 24 gears. Basically, it's emulating a 12-speed like Di2 like electronic setup. So I never really have to actually change gears. I do it all electronically, and the flywheel is what provides the resistance, and it's a very sweet setup. And some of you might be wondering about these guys right here. These are called hedgehogs. I saw this hack on another Facebook page, and I decided for 20 bucks to try it out. Basically, these are air-filled, I guess like balance balls or something like that. And they are to help simulate, I guess like a rocker motion on the bike. And I got these in December, and I swear by them. I have put them under, they've been on here for 6-7 months. And I absolutely swear by them. You get this really, really fantastic natural motion. They've never moved. They've never fallen off. They've never changed position and stuff like that. So when I'm like hill climbing or I'm out of the saddle, it really makes it for a more comfortable ride, more cushiony ride. So if anybody has a setup like this and you're wondering if this is for real, I swear by it. It's fantastic. Really helps improve the comfort and the motion of the ride. So I thought I would just go over that before I actually start my ride. And another thing maybe I'll point out that might be strange to some are these guys. These are my Crank Brothers Egg Beater pedals. I actually have these on all my bikes, my tri-bike and my other road bike. I actually started off as a mountain biker. I really like mountain biking. I don't get to do it as much because it's just more time consuming to get everything ready and go travel to a trail and stuff like that. But when I got my road bike, it was the only cleat system that I actually knew, and I just stuck with it. I get a lot of strange looks. I've heard all the stories about possible loss of power and stuff like that over like Ultegra or like look pedals and stuff like that, but I've had no issues with them, and this is my pedal of choice, my Egg Beaters.
All right, so what should we ride today? Probably going to be a bit boring. I think I'm just going to jump onto a group ride. It's a pretty easy pace. I mentioned earlier that I don't like to run, or I can't run in zone 2, but biking on a trainer in zone 2 is something I can definitely do, and I do like to do. So I will do something around 32 kilometers per hour. Should be enough. There should be one here for 32 kilometers an hour. All right, I guess 31 it is. There's only one for 32, but 31 kilometers an hour, that will be more than fine for this ride. All right, so I'm in my pacer group. I will sit here for not too long. Probably do about maybe 45 minutes. Like I said, I mentioned the other day that I can't run, or I hate to run in zone 2. That is true. I don't like to ride in zone 2 either, at least on a real bike. But on a trainer, that's where riding in zone 2 really shines. It's really easy to just find a nice pacer group. For those that don't know Zwift, you can ride with like a robot. It keeps the exact same pace the whole time. You just ride with the group and make pace, and they have robots that are all different types of speeds and paces and wattages and stuff like that. So there's lots of them that are tailored for every kind of rider. So for this one, the average will be about 31 kilometers an hour. And that's around like, I think like what, 19, maybe just under 20 miles an hour. And very flat ride. Not an issue to keep up and keep your heart rate down at this group for me. So I'll just ride that. Not going to be too interesting. One thing I guess I can talk about is this guy. That's my heart rate monitor. It's called the Scosh, and I use this because I hate chest strap monitors. I always have. You know, it used to be the norm. I have a drawer full of old chest strap monitors, heart rate monitors that I used to use, and I've hated every one of them. And then I discovered this guy, and I prefer it here. Just put it on my forearm. When I'm racing, I try, because I'm down in the drops in my tri-bike all the time, it's a little uncomfortable to have it here, but I can just easily move it up to one of my bicep, tricep areas, and it works just fine there too. It really doesn't matter. The only downside to this is it has to be charged a lot more often. It only has about a 20-ish hour battery life, so it's good for, you know, a few days, but then I get a little bit paranoid that it's going to run out of charge, so I normally charge it up quite frequently. I actually have 2 of them. That way I can always keep one charged as a backup. So that works out nicely. So that's what this is right here. All right, back to it. All right, again, so those who might not be familiar with Zwift, that's me in the middle, right there with the green Zwift on the back there. I'm pretty much right in the center of the screen, just reaching for my water bottle there. And I'll slow down just a bit. The pacer bot is just behind me. You have to stay within like 50 meters of him. You don't have to be right behind him the whole time. There he is. You see the spinny yellow symbol? That's the pacer bot right there. And all these people just riding together at the same pace, making conversation. You see those thumbs up? Those are called ride-ons. I have it on my companion app here. I can just push this, and it gives ride-up thumbs ups to some of the riders around me. It's one of those, like, you know, fun little interactive game things that you do. And my stats are on the left, doing about an average 110 watts, 114 watts. RPM, my cadence, 70 rotations per minute. And my heart rate, 132, 131. That's right in my zone 2 upper limit there, so that's good. And yeah, I'll just hold this and watch for the next little while. And that's your intro to Zwift if you've never seen it. All right, so change of plans. I'm about 14 kilometers in. I'm gonna only knock out 20. I wanted to do at least 32. When I get to 20, I'm gonna cut it short. I got started a little bit later than I wanted to. Kids are hungry. They want me to make dinner, making steaks tonight, so that's Daddy's job. Gotta grill them up. Definitely, I guess you could say, I love training on the trainer indoors, but you're never far away from that, Dad, I'm hungry, or so-and-so is bothering me, and you know, I have a daughter and a son, 9 and 7. My daughter's 9, son is 7. So I mean, sometimes you never get a moment to yourself when you're on the trainer. When it was raining this morning and I went back to bed, I should have just jumped on the trainer for like the 2 hours that I had planned to ride this morning with my buddy. But no, I went back to bed. And now I'm only gonna get 20 kilometers today. But I'm still actually working up quite a sweat. Yeah, if you're on an indoor trainer, then you know. I got the fan blasting on me, and I got the AC on. It's probably only about 73, 74 down here in the basement. But yeah, I got the sweat going. So yeah, that's life. That's what happens. There is a chance that maybe after the kids go to sleep, I'll come back on here and try and do a little bit more. If I do, you'll know about it. If not, then we move on to 91 days to Chattanooga. All right, 5 kilometers to go.